We're in today with the Quadro K4000. This is a 2012 video card with 768 shaders. It's got 3GB of VRAM GDDR5 running at 811 MHz on the core clock, 1404 MHz on the memory clock, 192 bits bus width, and today we're gonna pair it up with this Intel Core 2 Quad Q9550 with 4 cores and 4 threads. Let's jump in a couple of games and see how the system is holding. Let's go. I got a couple of things that I want to mention. So first off, I got 8GB of system RAM. You remember last time I had only 5GB of system RAM and I had problems. It was stuttering everywhere. And that GTX 500 series, it was creating a lot of problems. So in this situation, I came with a Kepler, with a Quadro 4000, and I got 3GB of VRAM with this GPU. So I got 2.3 allocated and 2000 processed, 70%. I got DirectX 11 here with very high quality in this situation, and I got 30 FPS. But 30 FPS because look at the CPU, it's almost maxed out with 73 degrees. It's a very interesting performance here, seriously, not joking. 40 FPS. It's reaching maximum load on the GPU and the CPU. Very, very interesting performance from this computer now. So if I manage to put this computer like this in this condition, I think I have a standing chance on actually maximizing every CPU. So this is the most important thing, because if I want in the future to test other CPUs, other LGA 775 CPUs, I'm gonna use this computer like this with this Quadro. I have another one and I was like, you know what, this is a very interesting video card and I will keep it inside this machine so I can test other CPUs, because it will do justice if I want to keep up, if I want to step up the resolution and the quality. It looks great, you know, look at the quality, is good. And do remember, I am with an HP computer that has DDR2 memory, you know, so it's not very high-end, you know, it's an old machine, and it will be very ideal to maximum it out as much as I can. I think this is the maximum system RAM that I can have. 8GB of system RAM DDR2, got 6.8 now, and it's running with 100% load on the CPU. Very surprised on this, seriously. 76 degrees. Should put a bigger fan there on the CPU, but until it doesn't throttle, I will keep it because he's doing the job. So I will definitely love to have a better cooler. Look at that, 26 FPS. The stutter is everywhere. 90% load on the GPU's core. 2.5GB of VRAM allocated and 1.8 processed. It's doing the job, you know. I think I have no standing chance if I want to go online, but on single player you can see it's doing great. So GTA 5 apparently managed to utilize the computer very well. In this case, I have a lot of games that I want to play. I want to see how they are performing with this machine, and it would be very nice to see other types of load, you know, CPU and GPU wise. And plus, I only got 220 watts consumption from this, and it's a great idea, seriously. So let's jump in another game. In World of Tanks with 1080p and low details, I got World of Tanks running with look at this, 60-70% load on the CPU side, only 30% load on the GPU, and I think there is a problem with what? I think the CPU, because the CPU is on 99% on the first core. Okay, so the CPU has a problem here with this. I think more than 60 FPS I cannot get, so if I want to put more details, I think I will be able, because I got only 700 megabytes of VRAM allocated and 500 process. So the video card is capable of delivering some nice quality without being influenced here. So on the CPU side, this is the only problem I have. One core is at maximum and it's dragging the performance down. Not joking, this is something that I will never wish I had every day, but this is what I have. The GPU in this situation is lacking. I got good temperature on the GPU side, only 180 watts consumption from this computer. This is good if I want to make this computer very efficient. In some situation I got 60% load on the video card core, and that's a lot, you know, because even if I'm on low details, it's you know, it's loading the video card with this 5.8GB of system RAM. This is good. I'm not reaching 8, 20-30% load. In some cases, it managed to reach 40-60% load on the video card core. So in a situation like this, I would really like to see how it's performing with medium details. Now I'm on medium details. This is very interesting. Do I have any load on the video card? 67% load on the video card core, 60% fan power in order to keep this video card on under 50 degrees. I like the temperature this video card is offering here. It's a very good performance from this machine. I get 6.5GB of system RAM utilized and 68% load on the GPU. In a fight here with the tank with this quality, you can see I got 40 FPS. The only way I can get more in this situation is by using lower render scale, because if I look through the bushes, you see I got like 40-50 FPS. In some cases, look at that, 50 FPS. I like this performance this video card and this CPU it's offering here. Let's use this render scale and see if we can actually give more FPS. Can't say nothing bad because it does give me 50 FPS on this occasion with medium quality. Medium quality is totally different from this low, nearly 60 FPS. I think I can go even lower on the render scale and I will get more FPS. So the CPU apparently here, it's not with me in this case. Very hard on the CPU side, 100% load on the first core. That's not okay. Last time when I played with this computer in Farlight, I had a lot of problems. I had very big dips because of the system RAM. Now in this situation, I got 6.8 gig of system RAM utilized. This is good for the computer. That means it allows me to use the CPU and the GPU properly. I got 70% load on this occasion with normal smooth preset because, you know, I want as many FPS as possible. Let's do a reset here and see how it's performing, because it's holding pretty well. I like this system how it's being utilized here. Seriously, averaging really nice. 1.3 gig of VRAM allocated and 700 processed. This is good from this video card because it shows me that this video card is not maxed out and I can use it. I mean, the CPU itself is being utilized here, not gonna lie. It's holding pretty well in this case. It's like 95% load, 80% in some cases. 77 degrees, 6.3 gig of system RAM. See, it's being volatile up and down in some situation. It's holding the system okay. I got ups and downs on the FPS, 54 on minimal. The GPU itself, it's good, you know, doesn't have any problems on being utilized here. I got only 1.3 gig of VRAM after playing a little, and you can see it's holding pretty well. The average is good on the FPS. I think if you put 900p or something like that, it will be even better because it's holding pretty well. So overall performance, the average is good. Minimals and 1% is not okay, but it's holding sometimes flawlessly, you know. On the CPU side, because this is the main kid on the block, you know, I can actually see it's doing the job. 95% load on the CPU. This CPU is capable of delivering some nice entertainment in this situation, you know. So if you're interested on building a machine like an old machine and use it for light games, you can actually see this CPU can actually do the job, and there's no problem on that. This is very interesting when it comes to Crossout, because the system it's actually doing the job, and I'm very surprised that is there. 80 FPS on minimal, 100 over on the average. I'll take it. Majority of the time when I'm in this area, you're gonna notice that I have more FPS because I'm fully loaded. I'm gonna jump online and see how it's performing there. I'm gonna have more utilization on the GPU, but in here you can see that it's holding pretty well. VRAM utilization is good. 1.1 gig of VRAM allocated here from this video card. The share is good. 700 megabytes of VRAM process only. It's holding pretty well in this case, but the most important thing is here the CPU utilization, because it's holding pretty well. 100% load on the CPU, 77 degrees. On the system RAM, I got only 6.2 gig of system RAM utilized, but even the GPU it's on maximum load. Look at that, 98% load on the GPU side with 53 degrees. It's good. 225 watts consumption from the computer. It's doing exactly what I want, you know. So in this situation, I would say the video card it's there. Paladins on 1080p with low details. Apparently it's holding pretty well. This is the game that I need on this machine. Let's do a reset here and see how it's holding. I want this type of game to be on my machine in order to get as many FPS as possible. In this case, I have a maximum load on the CPU. The GPU apparently can take some load. 90% load on the CPU is good. 40% load on the GPU, it's not okay, because it shows me that I can have a chance on putting more quality. Do I want more? Because the performance here with this video card and this CPU is good. I got 70 FPS on average. Look at that, look at that. Look, calm down, bro, calm down. I got 14 FPS on 1% and 11 on minimal. That's not okay, but the average is good. 70 to 60 FPS, holding pretty well, seriously. The GPU is doing the job, but even though I put more details on the video card, I still won't have better minimals. Oh. This is 1080p with low details, and if I put it on high details, I think I can load the video card, but it will have a lot of problems on the performance side. 60 FPS, 70 FPS on this occasion with 1080p is not bad. It shows me that this video card can actually do something here. The CPU can do something. Yeah, not okay if I put a low-end CPU. It's allocating 800 megabytes of VRAM in this case with this video card, but it's not being utilized. It shows me that the video card is a good choice in this case with this machine. I like this, and I have to take care of it because it's going to do nice in the future testing other CPUs. This is the video card. This is the video card I will have for a very long time here. In S.T.A.L.K.E.R with this video card and this system, I have very interesting performance, but I don't have enhanced lights. There are two options here: enhanced full dynamic light and enhanced full dynamic light direct extend. So I don't have this one, only this one, the second best one, because then I got MSI Afterburner. I don't know why, but with this machine and this video card doesn't work with the direct extend option. So, but regardless, it's got nice FPS. It's very interesting to see this machine running with 40 FPS, considering how many video cards I tested with this, with that i7 6950X, and what video card I've tested there. I will say that this is a very interesting test. See, because I got 200 watts consumption from the whole computer, 40 FPS. This is 1080p with maximum details. So the game looks kind of great, you know. 5.3 gig of system RAM use. Only first core on the CPU is being utilized here. So the idea will be in the future to have a low-end CPU or something that is not very powerful, because apparently this game can know how to work on an older machine, you know, older CPU actually. But with this video card, I have 99% load. This game utilizes the video card. So in this case, I got 700 megabytes allocated and 600 processed. This is good. Quality wise, it looks fantastic. No glitches, no nothing. Everything is good in this situation. 40 FPS on average is good, and whenever you are going around the map, you can actually see even like this, the quality is spot on. So there is a lot of options for you to get playable FPS. So in this case, with the quad CPU, I get playable FPS. If I put 720p or 1366 or lower the resolution, I will get even better FPS. But it's good to see with enhanced dynamic light how it's performing, because it's something, seriously. The video card is good, the CPU is good in this case. I mean, it's an overkill because this game doesn't utilize 4 cores, but all in all, I can say S.T.A.L.K.E.R, it's been good with this system until now. And I got only 190 watts consumption from the wall. I like this performance this system it's offering in this game. I think more games like this needs to be put in order to benefit from this video card and the CPU. But in this case, specifically in this case, this resolution is not ideal. You know, 1080p doesn't reflect the age of the CPU and the video card. This is a very interesting test with this combination. I like how it's running in this game with 1080p and maximum details. This is ultra, and it's doing a fantastic job here. Let me explain. I got 1 gig of VRAM allocated and 700 process. So the game knows how to utilize the video card. I got 53 degrees on this occasion with this computer. It's utilizing the video card, and it's how shall I say, not stressing the CPU. In this occasion, I got only 5 gig of system RAM utilized and 50% load, apparently 70% load in some cases with the CPU. So the CPU is not put to the wall, the GPU it's on maximum. So in a situation like this, you can benefit from the video card. But if you have a decent video card, so this type of games is not CPU bound. It knows how to utilize an older CPU. You know, if you put a cheaper core to quad or the high-end dual core CPU, it will do almost the same. And in this case, you can see that is doing a fantastic job. 215 watts consumption from the wall maximum. It's holding pretty well on the water side. It's not very, how shall I say, power hungry. But yeah, overall performance is good. You know, 57 FPS on average, it's quite adequate. If you're looking at a bigger site, you know, with mountains and buildings, you're gonna see it's dropping below 60 FPS, but yeah, averaging really nice in this case. It's not mandatory to be on 1080p with ultra details. You can be on, let's say, 1366 with medium to high details, and you're gonna have nice FPS. The game, it's good and is going to be even more efficient if it stops on 60 FPS with, let's say, 1366 with medium details. With this, it will be much better if you're interested on keeping this computer on the cool side, you know, because now I got nearly maximum load on the video card and the CPU. But all in all, Skyrim knows how to utilize this, and it looks and it runs fantastic, and this is the only thing that matters in this case with this computer. What do you think is gonna happen if we're jumping in Grand Theft Auto here with this computer and this video card? It's gonna be very interesting because I got maximum load on the CPU side. You can actually see the first core is maxed out. This is good because it allows me to distress the video card. Now, if I'm interested on getting more quality, I can put it on the video card, but first I want to see if the video card it's not jumping to higher load. For instance, if the CPU is maxed out, the first core in this case, the GPU is gonna stay with 40-50% load. Yeah. Now, if I play around and drive around, you're gonna see sometimes it's jumping to 60-70% the video card. The VRAM is not gonna be utilized because it's low quality, but that 60-70% load on the video card, if you put higher quality, it's gonna create a lot of problems on the FPS on the average side, you know. So 41 FPS on minimal is good, 28 on 1% it's good, you know. And I think the only way I can do this by putting more details is by lowering the resolution, you know. Then you can put more details and you can load up the VRAM or the GPU. But in this case on 1080p, I think this is the solution. 1080p with low details is okay. 90% load on this occasion, all of the cores are put to the wall, 6.2 gig of system RAM. So all in all, I can say the video card is being utilized, but look at that, maximum 80% load on the video card. Even the GPU is utilized. But the most important problem here is the CPU. It's utilized at maximum, this CPU. This Core 2 Quad, it's maxed out, seriously. So in order to play this game properly, I think you have to put a better CPU or yeah, upgrade the whole thing. If you're interested with low details or maybe low resolution, you can see that it's holding pretty well. So Grand Theft Auto, not a lot of Grand Theft Auto, seriously. This is the most important thing, because on this machine I want to test other LGA 775 CPUs, and it will be a fantastic test in the future. I remember having that 1366 HP, and I was testing other CPUs, and I want to do the same thing. Maybe I can bring back my 1366 and we can test other CPUs from that platform. I want to test a lot of LJ775 CPUs, and I need to make this computer run perfect. I know that if I put older CPUs, I need to test older games that runs really nice, but in time I will gonna install those games and other platforms that allows me to play the games. I think going with older games is going to be beneficial for older CPUs that doesn't utilize 4-core CPUs, you know. Managed to see today there were games that didn't care about 4 cores, and having a dual-core CPU, it would be okay. I like this, you know, I like this CPU, how it's performing here, and there is no discussion. If you want to make an old machine like this run, you can see that it's possible to actually make it for older titles, you know, something light games, Office, YouTube, a very cheap machine, you can make it. No discussion. And I like this attitude this machine is offering here. If you're interested on playing some games with this video card and this CPU, it's possible. There is no problem on utilizing it. I like it, I recommend it, and if you have any suggestion for this machine or for this video card, leave a comment, smash that like button, and I will see you very soon.